What was done to Katt to make him do that? There's a lot of people that have no respect for the game of comedy. And there's a lot of people that, before I go deeper, I will say that it's none of my business.
So Orlando Brown is back with more piping hot tea to spill on the murky side of the entertainment industry. And he dropped some real gems in his new interview with Cam Capone News about Katt Williams and the alleged attempts on his life. Now you know how every time Orlando goes on one of these YouTube shows, the reactions are always a mixed bag, because on one hand you've got people who are saying nothing Orlando says should be taken seriously because he's allegedly dealing with some serious mental issues on top of his substance use, but many others are pointing to the fact that Orlando actually says a lot of things that make sense if you would ignore the crazy delivery.
Every single mayor needs to figure out what the they want to do before There should be grapes, turnips, vegetables, everything on the streets every day for the homeless to eat. You're making us pay for water, you son of a... You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us. Comedy Road is nothing to play with. And since, Richard Pryor left us, God rest his soul, it's more like, everybody's trying to be Richard Pryor, and I can't put myself in position to not understand why some people just don't have the kind of respect for Katt that they should have.
Now, it's no secret that Orlando has been grappling with personal challenges, but there seems to be a positive shift in his life lately. Earlier this year, he took the initiative to undergo a mental health assessment, and the results have been promising. Recently, Orlando also openly shared that he has been embracing a lifestyle free from substance, and it appears that he is on the path to well-being. That being said, it appears that Orlando is still struggling with the emotional scars inflicted during his early years in Hollywood. Word on the street is that something shocking happened to Orlando when he was just starting out at Disney and Nickelodeon, and the lingering mental trauma from those experiences remains an ongoing challenge for him. Some fans are even speculating that Orlando's sudden outburst of laughter during interviews is a clear sign he's tormented by something. But on the flip side, you also have a lot of people who are convinced that Orlando is basically playing crazy to protect himself. These folks are saying this is the only way Orlando can spill the truth about Hollywood without facing anything serious. One fan said, "For those of you who are lost, watch for patterns. This dude is actually hella smart. He starts talking crazy when certain subjects people are brought up. He is speaking the truth, but he disguises it with off the wall so that people don't come after him." And someone else added, "Fun fact, if you play crazy, you can survive as a whistleblower because they know people won't take you seriously." Now, circling back to Katt Williams, he claimed on more than one occasion in the past that powers that be in Hollywood tried to ruin him. He initially said he didn't realize that these people would stop at nothing to protect their shady dealings. All the way back in the early 2010s, Katt publicly said he had to stop talking about the rumored secret society that pulls the strings in Hollywood because they were allegedly trying to take him out in a conversation with Black TV. Back in 2013, Katt claimed that the constant barrage of negative media stories about him can be attributed at least in part to his refusal to align himself with the industry club. According to Katt, his decision to steer clear of this secretive and influential group has led to him becoming a target for dramatic media coverage.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
Katt even went on to reveal that he was initially oblivious to the risks tied to open expressing his views against the rumored secret club of gatekeepers. He shared that it took many metaphorical stings or challenges before he fully understood what he was up against.
I didn't understand that. They had to sting me a million times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little.
And then last year, after the Oscar slap incident, Katt had folks talking once more when he threw out the idea that the whole showdown between Will Smith and Chris Rock was nothing more than a scripted humiliation ritual. He went on to break it down, pointing out that every little thing you peep on the screen is thought out and orchestrated by the big shots in the industry.
I'm saying that everything that happens in a business that's based off of pretend that seems like a setup is when two large boulders come together and you can't see Chris Rock winning at all. He's humiliated. If you were gonna slap a comedian, he was the number one to slap, head of the coons, so slappable. And if you're gonna slap him, you just need the greatest guy, the bestest guy, the one who's shown us him being on his best behavior since the 90s. That guy is the one that will have to slap him in order for the type of ratings we need and attention to be on this thing.
But of course, it was during his viral appearance on Shannon Sharpe's podcast Club Shay that Katt really turned up the heat and started naming names of all the industry people who allegedly sold their souls for fame and money and tried to sabotage him on the low, from Diddy and Kevin Hart's Cedric the Entertainers, Steve Harvey, Tiffany Haddish, Ludacris, Ricky Smiley. Katt had words for everyone. And he wasn't talking in riddles and metaphors either. Instead, he directly accused these people of being jokes, stealers, and bootlickers for the industry bosses. And to add another layer to just how dark and sinister the comedy world is, Katt also claimed that fellow comedian Wanda Smith tried to set him up to get eliminated just because he was doing his job, and made some jokes about her during their viral spat on the Frank and Wanda in the Morning show back in 2018.
I'm not the right one to Jones on.
Get this inmate out of here.
If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me down.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600,
Whatever, little mama.
I'm little mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
And what
girl.
are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
Yes,
big
ma'am.
in prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it
yeah.
off. Prison
Okay.
and jail aren't the same. No.
Wanda sent her husband and son after him, and the husband confronted him with as per the police report, Wanda's husband admitted he chased after Katt, but he straight up denied flashing the heat, swearing up and down that he accidentally dropped his piece while running, but TMZ later dropped exclusive security footage, and there he was, Wanda's hubby, packing heat and hot on Katt's trail, chasing him right into a nearby grocery store. What's even more messed up is that, according to Katt, that whole showdown between him and Wanda on her radio show wouldn't have happened if she hadn't blindsided him with questions about his children and his past run-ins with the law. Katt told Shannon Sharpe that before the interview started, Wanda gave him her word. She wasn't going to dig into his legal mess or mention his kids, but Wanda's seemingly eager to put Katt on blast went against her word and the shade by bringing up his kids and his jail time. Wanda sent her husband and son after him, and the husband confronted him with as per the police report, Wanda's husband admitted he chased after Katt, but he straight up denied flashing the heat, swearing up and down that he accidentally dropped his piece while running, but TMZ later dropped exclusive security footage, and there he was, Wanda's hubby, packing heat and hot on Katt's trail, chasing him right into a nearby grocery store. What's even more messed up is that, according to Katt, that whole showdown between him and Wanda on her radio show wouldn't have happened if she hadn't blindsided him with questions about his children and his past run-ins with the law. Katt told Shannon Sharpe that before the interview started, Wanda gave him her word. She wasn't going to dig into his legal mess or mention his kids, but Wanda's seemingly eager to put Katt on blast went against her word and the shade by bringing up his kids and his jail time.